Hey everybody, it's Deanna, and I have had a long day. Whoo-wee. Oh my goodness, I am so glad to be in for the day. I had off today because I had a doctor's appointment and I had to get a vaccination. I had to get the second dose of the HPV vaccine, and my gynecologist has been telling me about it and telling me I should consider getting it, and I finally decided to get it. And I hope I can get the last dose, but with what's going on in the world and with someone who is an anti-vaxxer now being in charge of our health, I am very concerned. But I don't want to get further into that in this video. And please excuse the background noise because I live in an apartment with very thin walls, so you may hear neighbors talking in the background. Anyway, so I head out for today to go to these appointments, and I first had my 6-month checkup with my primary care physician, and that was surprisingly pretty quick. I arrived around 11:06 and I left at 11:55, and the appointment was at 11:15. And but I got there. I get checked in. I sit down, and well, actually before that, there was this older woman who was walking past me when I was waiting to check in line, and I move, and she seems to mirror my movement. Then she finally maneuvers around me, and then she says, "Excuse me," and I say, because as I said, I don't like interacting with people, and I know people are going to say, "Oh, you're being rude, you're being mean," but I really just want to do what I need to do to get through the day, and I don't like interacting with people that I don't know. Anyway, I check in, I sit down, and the seat was near where that woman ended up sitting, and she was with her husband. And there's a circular small table near us. I'm sitting on one side of near it, and then she and her husband are sitting near the other. So she gets up for a moment, but instead of staying on the side that she's on, she maneuvers and squeezes past me. I swear, people. And I don't like people in my personal space. And I mumbled to myself, why didn't she just stay on her side and walk there? God, people are weird. And the husband heard it. The husband's looking like this. Oh well. And then when she came back about 10 minutes later, he told her that I thought she was weird. And I just kept on doing what I was doing. I said what I had to say. I did think it was weird. I mean, why would you have space on your side and more space, so why do you have to squish past me? People make no sense to me, I swear. But anyway, I go. And for the most part, my appointment was fine. They noted that my blood pressure reading was higher in the office versus what I had taken when I was at home this morning, because I have my own blood pressure reader and I take my readings daily. And they wanted me to get on another blood pressure medication. And at first I thought they were switching medications, but no, they want me to take 2 medications. Yeah. And I thought about it. I said, okay, I'll try it. So we'll see how that goes. So I'll start that tomorrow. And then she mentioned she wanted me to get my tetanus booster. And the last time I had that was about 10 years ago. And I mentioned that I'm going to get my HPV vaccine later, and would that affect anything? They said it'd be okay, just make sure to get it in different arms. So I got the tetanus in this side because my left side is my non-dominant side. And when I got the first HPV vaccine back in January, they said it was going to hurt, but I don't remember hurting that much. So I decided to get that in my right arm. And because the appointment was so quick for a doctor's appointment, I had time to run to the grocery store between my appointments. And I did that, and I got home with plenty of time before my next appointment. And I put my groceries away and I went back out, and I decided to walk to the appointment because it's not too far from where I live. And I needed the air. I need to stretch my legs. I need to limit my interactions with people as much as possible. From this shirt, you can tell I'm not really a social person. I just prefer my own company, prefer to be left to my own devices. And I get notification that the new prescription was ready. So I go to pick that up. And then I go to my appointment, and my second appointment. And I get there. The appointment's at 2:45. I arrive at 2:25. And I was told I had to be there no later than 2:30 or I couldn't be seen. So I go to check in, and I say, I'm here for a 2:45 nurse appointment. My last name is Howard. And the young woman looks at me and says, you don't have an appointment today? And I said, yes, I did. And I was about to pull my phone to show all the 5011 reminders of this appointment that I had. But then she finally realized, I guess she didn't hear, like, what do you think I said my name was? And she said, oh, Howard. I'm thinking, what do you think I said my name was? Anyway. So she finds me, checks me in, and tells me a nurse will see me soon. And this family comes out of the, comes out from, I guess, their appointment, or I don't know what's going on. But then they sit. Now this is a young woman, a young, well, slightly older, but still youngish man, and a toddler. And this toddler, I tell you, now normally when I go to this place, I rarely see kids and small children, and in the rare, or babies and small children. But in the rare event that I do see a baby, the baby's usually sleeping and very calm and peaceful. But this toddler had energy, and and I didn't realize that they had crayons there. They had buckets of crayons for the kids, and I didn't know there was a kid area, because there's usually one side I enter through and I sit on that side. So I didn't realize there was a kid area on the other side. And this kid just kept pouring the crayons on the floor, and he kept shaking them. When I looked up, gave the look did nothing. Then the kid keeps dropping on the floor. Then the father picks the crayons up and puts them back in the bucket. The kid drops on the floor. The parents then put the crayons back in the bucket. And then the mother gave a high five when the kid kept the crayons in the bucket. But that did not last long. The kid then pours the crayons out again. And then for some reason, the parents are sitting in the kiddie chairs, and the kid is sitting on the floor right in front of one of the doors that lead to the examination rooms. And I'm thinking, why are these people not, I mean, they did a few times, or mostly they just let the kid do whatever. And then the kid looks at me, smiles, and points. And I'm looking, I gave that look, I don't feel like being bothered look, or leave me alone look. But it doesn't work. The kid does not, the kid is just smiling and pointing at me. Oh, Lord have mercy. And the father looks at me like this. I'm thinking, aren't you with a woman? Leave me alone, man. I swear. Whew. And then it's about 20, no, it's 30 minutes at this point after I arrived, and 10 minutes after I was supposed to be seen. And then the woman at the front desk says, you still haven't been seen, Miss Howard? I said, nope. I said, no. And then she said that she sent a message to the nurse 28 minutes prior. I'm like, oh, that's not good. Okay. And then she went to see what's going on, and she finally found the nurse and said the nurse will see me soon. Okay. So I waited maybe another 10 to 15 minutes, and that's finally called back. And she was telling me that she's the only nurse on duty, and that there are multiple patients coming in, and she's needed for those appointments and whatnot. And that she was talking on the phone with a patient. I don't think she violated any HIPAA. I don't think there were any HIPAA violations. I don't remember specifics. She just said she was talking on the phone with a patient. But anyway, she finally she seemed a little frazzled. She seemed a little nervous. But she did get it together and prepared my vaccine. And I pulled on my right sleeve this time, and she gave it to me. And then when she tried to put the bandage on it, she couldn't find it. She couldn't find where she injected me. I'm thinking, okay, that's not good. And she finally found a spot. I mean, she said I wasn't bleeding either, but she finally found the spot. And a little blood did start to come out, and then she put the bandage on. Yeah, but yeah, I could tell, like, she was the only one on duty. No wonder she's a little frazzled. And then she mentioned that she too wants to go get all her vaccines out of the way. I mean, like I said, with what's going on today, if you can get your vaccines, get them when you can. Whew, yeah. Then I went back out to check back at the front desk and schedule the last dosage, which I have to get done 6 months from the first dosage. So my first was in January, so my third one will be in July. But I had to wait because the woman at the front desk was the only person working, and she had to finish checking out another patient. And this is just a reminder of what's going on in the world with, like, people are overworked and underpaid and trying to do the work of 3 people. And I have been in that situation many times at jobs I've held, where instead of hiring enough people to get the job done, they only hire one person and they want that one person to do all the work. I have been in that situation too many times for my taste, folks, and I want to rest. But holy. But anyway, let me tell you, going to all these appointments and not having definitive answers to what's going on with me half the time, or going from being told that I'm healthy, see you in a year, to you've got this, you've got that, come back in 6 months, come back in 3 months. It's sad. It is very sad. And let me tell you, people, I wish that Dr. Beverly Crusher, who I know is a fictional character, was my doctor, because she does not get enough love. And in the Star Trek universe, healthcare is free. They have the technology. They'll just scan with a tricorder. Okay, this is what's wrong with you, and here's your hypospray, and you're cured. Or if you have something that needs more than a hypospray, the problem will be solved at the end of the episode. And also, I like saying Dr. Crusher. Isn't that a cool name? Dr. Crusher. And there was an episode that Dr. Crusher was in command of the Enterprise. I can't remember why Picard wasn't on the bridge, but I think that went up. And I believe the ship was trying to hide from Romulans. I need to look this episode up and now add it to the description. And there was this young ensign played by Alex Datcher. She, her pronouns. And she was unsure of herself, but Dr. Crusher was very patient with her, very kind, very encouraging. And there was this jerk, I'm assuming he was a lieutenant, and he was doing that thing that I learned when I took acting classes in college. Don't play insert adjective, insert description of the character, where he's overdoing, he's overselling it. He was playing a jerk. He wasn't just acting the role. He was playing a jerk, and he was overdoing it. Well, I don't think that's a good idea. I would not do that. That kind of, corny, phony attitude, demeanor. But the ensign had an idea to hide temporarily in the sun. And it was something that she had worked on when she was at the Starfleet Academy. And Dr. Crusher said, let's do it. And they, to quote Picard, made it so. Yeah. And I like Gates McFadden. She seems like a really cool lady. She, using her given name Cheryl McFadden, Gates is her middle name, she choreographed Labyrinth. And she appeared on the Joan Rivers show, and I know Joan Rivers is problematic as can be. I know she was. But I liked seeing Gates riding a unicycle. That was the coolest thing ever. She's got that quirky vibe about her. And I just wish that she got to really show who she was on Star Trek: The Next Generation. I really wish, because female characters that on that season, they were still trying to develop them, you know, because like all they did was show Dr. Crusher and Deanna Troy exercising and talking about men. Psh, oh Lord have mercy. Have them do more than that, please. Come on now, folks. But yeah, and there was another Gates McFadden and the non-visitor who played Kira Nerys on Deep Space Nine. They did an interview at a con, and they both did a tap routine. That was the coolest thing ever. That was really cool because they both have dance backgrounds. But anyway, I mean, I just wish that healthcare were like Star Trek. And like I said, Dr. Crusher does not get the respect she deserves. She's very underrated, and I just wish she had more of a chance to shine. Yeah, definitely. But anyway, like, back to reality. I still have all these appointments upcoming in the future. I have to, just too many to mention. Lord have mercy. I don't know if this is because I'm getting older. I don't know if this is because I'm dealing with a lot of stress, but I want to feel 100% healthy again. I've been changing my diet, and since they told me I needed to keep my arms moving today to prevent them from getting sore, I've been walking. When I've been walking, I've been pumping my arms when I walk. Doing my power walk, doing my thing. I definitely hit over 10,000 steps today. I did a lot of walking today. And then after my appointments, I did laundry, and I lucked out that the laundry room was mostly empty, and that I got to use the big washers. Unfortunately, only one big dryer was working. The other big dryer had a door that did not stay closed. And there was some kid outside my building kicking a soccer ball against the building. I'm thinking, I'm not trying to get conked in the head. And I was very annoyed at that. There's a playground up the street, and there's another playground about a 10-minute walk from the building. But these kids would rather kick a soccer ball against the building, sending them flying everywhere. And they sent a note out about this. But who's going to pay attention to a note? It's usually the people who aren't breaking the rules who do read the notes, like me. I read the notes, but the ones who are cutting up, they're not the ones reading these daggone notes. I swear. I swear, people. Wait. Oh, I cannot wait to completely call it a weekend. I swear. Oh my God, it's been a day. And my arms for the most part have not started feeling sore, but they only recently started feeling a little sore. But that is why I'm going to rest as much as I can this weekend. I take advantage of any rest I can get, folks. Yes. Okay. If you've liked this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will be back in a few minutes with another video, folks. Stay tuned.